Hey everyone, from Spindle Mountain Mercantile, I am Heather. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Tray number 1. Have you seen the two-tiered trays at Dollar Tree? They change them seasonally. Usually they're metal. This is the first time I've seen them made out of wood. I think it's balsa wood because it's very light. If you know otherwise, let me know in the comments. This wood can easily be stained or painted, but for the purposes of this video, I want to show you how to make something that is low cost, easy, and quick, that can be great decor for your home. So I'm going to leave it the way it is, but I actually really like how it looks. It's just a personal preference, so make it your own. I'm heading out to my wheelbarrow where I keep my spindles I want to age. And here's your southern word for the day. Here they call that a wheelbarrow. I found this particular set on the side of the road, and see that black rod? That's the size of spindle I need, and I think this is going to be perfect. It's the bottom of a chair that somebody just threw away. I gave it to my sweet husband and asked him if he would take it apart so I could film it. I tried filming me taking something apart and it was very awkward. So it's super nice to have his help. He suggested using a rubber mallet, but I want it to have a lot of distress and to look more rugged, so a regular hammer will leave that effect better. Once again, I'm using the Heather method to measure something. I'm just using the rod that the spindle will go over, and this actually works really good. A person could measure to get the exact right dimensions, but it's really not necessary. I'm not lazy, I just like to save time. I always think, oh, am I lazy, and is that why I'm not going to get the tape measure? And I think, no, I get up before the sun does and I go to bed long after she sets. So no, it's not about lazy, it's about getting it done. My sweet husband and I have a saying in our house: if you want it done right, ask him. If you want it done right now, ask me. This job he's doing right now needs to be done right. He starts by making a mark in the center of the spindle, and if you saw where I did it, you would see how my drill bit went right through the side of the spindle, so that doesn't happen when he does it. He likes this drill bit for this process because it has a point at the end that gets it started right in the middle. And what he does is he puts the drill bit in and out several times and pulls the sawdust up, and then he flips it over and does the same thing on the other side until the two holes meet. This drill bit is just a little bit bigger than the post. I mean, a tiny bit. We used to make it bigger, but we didn't like how much the spindles moved. We've made quite a few of these for our vendor booth at Centerville Pickers Market in Anderson, South Carolina. And this just, it makes it more sturdy. Make sure to use a vise to keep your spindle in because it keeps it safe. You don't want to do this while you're holding the spindle in your hand. If you have a drill press that's tall enough, you can also use that. And if you don't have one, ask one of your friends. There's got to be someone out there who can drill a hole for you. Now that he made the perfect fit, let's work on the tray. I found these snowmen at Hobby Lobby. It's a 6-pack for $2.49, but I got them half price. We're going to use Weathered Wood by Debbie's Design Diary. It's chalk paint, and I've seen people use this instead of stain. This is the first time I've ever done this. It takes such a little amount. I do all 4 of these feet or legs with just what's in the lid. So I just put on a decent amount. It goes on pretty thick. And then when it's all over the whole snowman, I just wipe it off with a wet towel, and wow, did it look good. Now here's a design element that someone taught me. If you have two things right next to each other, they really need to match or have a nice contrast to where they're kind of opposite. These are going to be separated from the spindle by the tray, so they don't have to match exactly, but I do get a pretty close match. This hole is a little wonky because I had to drill it out. The screw that goes up into this rod wasn't long enough to fit up into the rod, so we need it to go all the way in. So I just made the hole bigger, and that's okay. The rod goes through the hole all the way now, but it doesn't matter because it's going to have the spindle on it, so it won't move. It did come with 3 little feet, and I just whacked those off with my little plastic mallet. These are really sturdy with just 3 legs, but I like the way 4 look, so that's what we're going to do here. And I'm using one of my another amazing measuring tricks. I'm just trying to make sure they are the same distance from the edge, and you can totally use the tape measure, and that's probably a good idea. I just like the shortcuts, and I am pretty good at eyeballing. This is a part I should not have taken a shortcut. See that silver thing sticking out of the drill? That's an adapter you can put into your drill, and you just leave it there, and then you can take the different bits out. And since I'm switching between a drill and a Phillips head screwdriver bit, I wanted to be able to go back and forth. Well, every time I put the drill in the snowman to make the pilot hole, the drill bit comes out of the attachment, so I have to unscrew it from each snowman. I should have just gotten a drill bit that I could put right into the drill. Now you have to make a pilot hole. That's the hole that is a guide for your screw to go in. In most wood, if you don't make a pilot hole, the screw will split the wood. So just make sure your drill bit is a tiny bit smaller than your screw. So just the main part of the screw, not counting the edges that go around. You want to make sure your screw goes into the wood and has something to catch on, but that the hole's not too big that it will just fall out. Chalk paint has to be sealed, so I'm using Rust-Oleum from the clearance section in semi-gloss. And now my sweet husband is going to put the legs in for me. Do you like our makeshift workstation? We're still recovering from COVID. I'm a little bit more recovered than my sweet husband is, but I didn't want to make him go inside and outside and inside and outside. So I just brought the stuff inside to work on. You can see the eggs the girls gave us in the background. I used that little ladder to put my phone on when I was painting the feet. And our light ring is up there too. As I am watching this sweet man, I can't help but look at his face. He's looking a little bit like rugged Santa since he's still recovering from COVID, but y'all, I still think he's a hottie. He's so good to me. both of us finally realized we don't need to leave this set up in the kitchen because I'm videoing him. I don't need a ladder on which I need to put my phone, so he decides to take it down, and there goes the light ring. That's a precious light ring. I want y'all to know I found it on the side of the road like the day I decided I was really going to start posting on YouTube. It was a sign. And y'all, that's it. We're done. We could maybe use some pliers to make that little pumpkin ring on the top into a circle so it would be more Four Seasons, but right now we're going to leave it. And here is our finished two-tiered spindle tray. Tray number 2. I have a little confession. This tray will be made out of a spindle that I had on a tray at my shop that didn't sell. There was nothing wrong with it. I just think the colors were a little off. I'm using a mint green tray. It's the metal one. And the spindles are red with black under them. I'm going to add white swan to the top. Now, the white swan is chalk paint and it can be reconstituted, so you have to make sure you seal it unless you want to distress it. I'm going to distress it, but the paint I'm putting it on is already sealed. It's a black spindle with red paint over it that I distressed, and the effect that this makes is awesome. I can't believe how good it turned out. Didn't even plan it. I'm going to use 2 heavy coats of white swan. Did I say white seal before? Anyway, I'm going to use 2 coats of white swan, and they're really thick and heavy because I want it to look very distressed and very chippy, like it's been laying outside for decades. After the 2 coats dried, I'm using a wet paper towel to distress it, and I'm going to go along the raised portions first, and then I'm going to take the paper towel and just wrap it around the whole thing and wipe it. I want it to be super distressed. After that, I'll take a clean paper towel and wipe it again just to get rid of the paint that is smeared a little too much on the distressed portions that are red. Once again, I used Rust-Oleum clear coat in semi-gloss to seal the chalk paint. For this tray, we're going to use 3 feet. I made them out of the ends of spindles that I cut down for something else. And look, y'all, I learned my lesson. I put the drill bit directly into the drill instead of using the attachment, and it worked so much better. After I figure out where I want the feet to be placed, I use my drill and a regular wood screw to make a hole. This metal is very thin, so you could actually even use a screwdriver. Now we're ready to put everything back together. We're just gonna put the spindles over the rods. I kind of figure out if I want the round part on the top or the bottom for each one. And it looks so good. I think this is something that could be used year round. You could use it to put food on for a party. You could just display little Christmas trees on it. You could make it look like a Christmas tree. Isn't it adorable? Wait till you see up close what this white swan turned out to look like over the red and black. Y'all, doesn't it look like a Santa suit? I think it's great. I was tickled by this. I have had so much fun creating this YouTube channel, and y'all watching makes it even better. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, consider subscribing and turning those notifications on so you won't miss anything. Until the next video, I hope y'all have a wonderful week and are very blessed. Bye, y'all.